mom came into the room and she's like, look at my phone. And then I couldn't see it, so I had to look at mine. I'm like, oh.
I can't bet against Tom Brady. I have the Bucks winning 31-27 and Tom Brady going to his 10th championship.
Yeah, and I really think the Clippers' chance to win the championship was last year. And they were up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets.
Chris Paul is one of the most underrated players of all time. He's been the best player wherever he goes, and that includes with the Rockets.
You said you can't bet against Tom Brady, and as a Cowboys fan and what I just did last weekend, I am not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, that's all I can really say. There's two of the top 5 players in the league, and they are very, very good.
Hello, I'm Taylor Hearn, and you listen to The Outsiders' Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our third MLB Opinions of the Week in a row. Now, we had a little high, like focusing on the other team, Missouri, the Kansas City Royals, and we don't take any excitement or joy in talking about this team that has really hit a rough patch, and that is the St. Louis Cardinals. And what a historic franchise that just sucks right now. Austin, and the man that I don't know if you're having as much. I think it's important we be very serious, and I'm probably going to struggle the most with that. But let's just talk about this team that sucks, Austin.
Yeah, your favorite team, Kevin, the team that Kevin always predicts correctly, right?
Yeah. You know, I love what they did with Adolis Garcia. Like, they got so much back from him. Oh wait, they got cash, and yeah, so. It's not over, Cardinals fans. It's going to be happening this whole episode. So,
yeah. Kevin loves dunking on the Cardinals, even when all of his predictions are wrong.
I know it is. They're probably hurting me because I probably had them winning the division again this year.
I'm trying to think about my predictions. I don't have the piece of paper with me. I can go get it here in a second, but It's been a rough go of things. They're 7.5 games back in their division, same as the Reds and Pirates. They're tied for last, but also tied for third. Right now, it has them in second based on run differential, I believe, but like second of those 3 teams. So they are in 4th place in their division, but they're playing significantly worse than the Brewers and the Cubs, and they really are going to have to turn it around. And if you don't think they can, then having this many old players on your roster is not the most promising for your future.
Yeah, and we talked about the quote given their their roster from pitching wise. They had signed Kyle Gibson, they signed Lance Lynn. They did sign Sonny Gray, who's also older. Well, I'm surprised Sonny Gray is 34, but I like the Sonny Gray signing. And yeah, I feel like Lance Lynn and Kyle Gibson are giving what you should have expected from them, given this career. But yeah, to me, what stinks about this age is the way Paul Goldschmidt is hitting right now. He is at a 205 batting average, 66 OPS plus.
Yeah, that's a horrible start from him, and I feel bad because he's one of the best dudes in the MLB. You know, he may turn it around. I don't think he's going to just falter completely at this point in the season, but I'm definitely shocked because I thought that they were going to turn around because last year was so bad, historically bad. After they were, a lot of people thought that they might win a World Series or do stuff like that because they were good the year before that. But Kyle Gibson, Lance Lynn, like you said, especially Lance Lynn, he was notoriously bad last year. So to think that your team is special and that you will overcome whatever the Dodgers and the White Sox tried to do with him last year is kind of ignorant, but I don't really blame them because they got him on a cheaper price and probably they would have in years past, and he's already played on the team and won a World Series with them back in 2011. So,
yep, that's a good point as well. Yeah, and the title maybe we should address. I'll stop dancing on the Cardinals red ashes. Do they need a rebuild? And I think it might be heading there. They tried to do the tool because they did have like they do have upcoming prospects. They have Mason Wynn, who has a 280 batting average, which is the best on the lineup. And Mason Wynn's only 22 years old. You have Jordan Walker, who's struggling, surprisingly, but it looks like Ivan Herrera is starting to do well. He's at 274. So I think they can kind of do what they did last year. I am curious to see. It doesn't look like they're on their 40 men that they have any of the Rangers players that they got besides John King. Trying to remember his name. I always forget his name. Oh man, it's the infielder. Dang, I'm forgetting.
Is it what's his name? Is it Acuna?
No, Cunha went to the Mets. I've mentioned him with Acuna though because a Rangers guy liked this guy better than Acuna. The pitcher is Takeo Roby, and then it's infielder Thomas Sajaci.
Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning him before.
So I think maybe you could see some trades. Maybe they go with Ryan Helsley being traded because he's 29. He has a 1.35 ERA right now.
The Royals need a reliever.
Dude. And I think
cross-state team making a trade. That'd be notable.
I think what the Cardinals need is really pitching. Young pitching because they have such an old rotation, which was talked about in the offseason and that we've talked about it. And so I think if they just get young guys, I think this is the sign that the window is officially closed. They tried to prop it up with this past year's offseason moves. Do you think that's a good way of describing? They tried to prop up the window.
Yeah, that's probably a good way. So you believe that they should commit to a rebuild situation?
Yeah, because do they got 2 years left on Arenado and Goldschmidt?
I can check.
I'm gonna say yes, but the problem is the problem to me is that that's what their offense is. Like if those guys are performing the way they were 2 years ago, I could definitely see this roster getting better.
Paul Goldschmidt's a free agent next year.
Oh,
but
okay.
Arenado is not a free agent until 2028.
Oh, I think they extended Arenado.
Or Goldschmidt's a free agent in 2025. So I guess technically this year he's not a free agent because free agency isn't until December.
Yeah.
Does it matter because January is also? I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that means he'll be on the team next year as well. But Arenado's on the team for a long time.
Yeah, I think he may have signed an extension. Arenado.
I think he signed it before last season.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. And maybe they could keep Arenado. I'm not saying trade Arenado. I don't think you can really get anything for Goldschmidt, especially the way he's playing right now.
I think you still could because this is last year he was still good. So I don't think it's necessarily impossible for a team that want him because he has past success. He's been an MVP winner. So I don't see it being out of the realm of possibility that someone wants to take a chance on him.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't seem what they bet on, which I think would be Jordan Walker and their young guys, young position players playing well. Because their rotation isn't bad. It's just kind of the offense is lackluster. The highest OPS plus is 112.
That's terrible.
And there's also the news of the guy that had 172 OPS plus was Wilson Contreras, and what a weird injury that was.
Yeah, definitely.
So for the people listening, he was instructed to he's working on his pitch framing, so he's trying to get closer to the pitcher, or no, to the hitter, and he ended up getting hit and fracturing his arm.
Yeah, but that's not on him. That is on
No, it's not on him. It's on the Cardinals, which
Yeah.
I wonder how long their GM has been in.
I would suppose that it's been a minute. He's been on the team,
So
but
really,
I don't know for sure.
Austin Ford. He was the when I put in Cardinals GM, I get the Arizona Cardinals. So, all right, Mike Gersh. How long has he been the general manager? Do you got a guess?
7 years.
Dude. Okay, John. Okay. Close. It looks like 10 years. John Mozeliak was named president of baseball operations on June 30th, 2017. Wait.
2017? That's 7 years.
Yeah, I guess 7 years. Yeah, you're right. Whoa, that's crazy. 7 years. It says Mozeliak had served as the team's senior vice president and general manager for almost 10 full seasons. Okay. So no, you're right. 7 years. And yeah, maybe it's time they look at starting anew, because this is probably the first like back-to-back rough years for the St. Louis Cardinals in a while.
Yeah, there's probably some years in the mid 2010s that weren't great, but this is definitely the darkest it's gotten.
And then I wonder like what a Cuban outfielder would help this team that just hits home runs, because I know they struggled hitting home runs in the beginning of the season. So there's this guy like Adolis Garcia, but like they probably got like some good prospects for him. Just let me. Oh no, it was cash. Oh, that must stink for Cardinals fans. Well, at least they got an exciting. Oh nope, Jordan Walker is. I believe he was sent down, right?
I don't know if he's still down, but I know he was sent down at some point in the season.
Yeah, he was batting 155, which is just shocking. He had an OPS plus of 44. But okay, Cardinals. I'll stop kicking the dead horse, or dead Cardinal, as we could say. Austin, I'll let you end this episode.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening, and please catch you in our next video.